So we went ahead and found somebody, 762 million might. This guild started to migrate, so this guy was pretty much alone here in the kingdom. I don't know if he just couldn't migrate with his guild or what, but don't worry, we are here to go ahead and help him out. Now, we went ahead and filled the first rally full T4. Now, if you notice, we do have a timer. Now, we're not actually doing a double rally with anybody. Let me explain what the thinking is here. A lot of people, when they're trying to bait or when they're trying to trap a rally, they'll wait until it marches and then they'll switch gear. So what we're going to try to do here is try to just send a one troop attack and see if maybe he freaks out and switches gear too early, like right there. A lot of people just wait for the sound of the attack and then they swap gear. So we had a timer to kind of allow us to do that, to see if maybe that will catch him off guard if he was online. And then once that happens, if they don't switch gear, then either they're really good or they're really offline. So what I am doing here is actually, I was using two emulators. On the other emulator, I was on the bank and I was watching for a gear change. On this one, I had cancel already typed and ready to just hit go, and if I did see a gear switch, I would put cancel in the chat and he was ready to go ahead and disband the rally. That way we don't get captured or anything like that. So these are a lot of different tricks that you can use when you're rallying a big target and you want to make sure that you're safe. But as you can tell right there, there was no gear switch, and 660 plus million might burns on the first hit, drops it to 705. Now mind you, this isn't like an account that has a lot of T3 might or T2 or T1. Oh no, this account was pure T4. We're talking almost 10 million T4 troops. Now on the first hit, we actually thought that he was going to be an infantry phalanx, so that's why we sent all cavalry, but we still did a decent amount. I mean, 1.6 million dead. Remember, that's pretty much the bulk of that is T4. And also, if you see his wounded count, this man only had like 1 or 2 infirmaries, which just freaking hurts. So look at that. We got about, let's just say about 1.5 million ancient Drake Riders dead on that one. And the only T3 Royal Cavalry that he had was about 60,000, and then some T2 about 60,000 once again. So yeah, all of that was pretty much T4. And anytime you in one hit you have over 1.5 million dead T4, it's going to freaking hurt. Now what I'm doing here, and what a lot of us did, is we're actually sending 100,000. Even though we can send 200,000, here's the idea behind that. As you can tell, our guild is very active, so when we have so many people willing to join the rally, if everybody sends 100,000 instead of 200,000, not only does it allow everybody to join in, but also it distributes the damage even more towards more and more people. So if you have an active guild that can actually do that, that can fill a rally full T4, and that can afford everybody just sending 100,000 and still fill the rally no problem, then I suggest you do that, because it is losses, or at least less losses for everybody. So here we're still going to be doing the same thing, just in case he decides to pop in and change phalanx or something like that, because remember, he still pretty much has all T4 in there. So if he does come online, changes gear and changes phalanx, that would be bad for us. But once again, we tried it and there is no change, and his guild can't really alert him because his guild is in another kingdom, so it's all on him. So there we go, we're gonna go and walk right into it. Still no gear change, and that one hit once again drops him to 617. So in 2 rallies, we're talking about, oh, I don't know, in the ballpark of about 160 million might loss, and pretty much all T4. Just let that sink in. Look at that, 2.5 million dead T4, minus 88 million might on that one. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at the hit here. Our losses are definitely way lower. So we're talking 900,000 ancient Drake Rider and 1.5 million heroic fighters. Of course, you got a sprinkle here and there of T3 and T2, but really the mass amount of losses was the T4. Now this highlights the importance of, if you're gonna be logging out, log out in the right gear, not monster hunting, not anything else. Make sure that you log out in your war gear, and if you're not gonna be around, shield. So once again, I'm sending 100k, and here's the important thing. When you're trying to zero a big player like this, make sure that you have your bank around. Now, if you see here, I went straight to the infirmaries, and straight away I'm getting supplies to actually heal. Well, the reason is because I was also in the bank, like I stated earlier. I was in the bank, I was in my account, and I was distributing resources to everybody that needs it, because obviously full T4 rallies against a near 800 million might player was gonna hurt, although it hasn't really hurt as much as we thought it was gonna hurt. If you really think about it, if you look at our losses, it weren't really that many losses, and the rally leader had the clown title to boot. So imagine if it didn't even have the clown title. Just imagine. So as you can see, I'm still sending myself some resources because I'm still kind of low. And if you're ever controlling two accounts at the same time in an emulator while people are rallying and all that, let me tell you, it's quite hectic. But you know, you do need the bank to be active in times like this. Now take a look at this freaking rally. Oh my goodness, that is like an 120 million might drop. That is a sickening hit. Not only that, look at our losses. We barely took any losses. That's 147 dead on our side, with like 15 people joining the rally. Like, that means nobody lost anything. And then we got 3.5 million dead T4 in one hit. Oh my, I kind of felt bad, but at the same time I'm just like, yo, you gotta shield. Just shield. Take a look at this. 3.4 million heroic cannoneers dead on that hit. And to be honest, his heroes aren't really that bad. It's just a matter of, if you log out in the wrong gear that doesn't give you any sort of army stats or anything like that, and obviously this guy's not going to be in war talents, this is what happens. You can have 10 million T4, but if you get caught with your pants down, oh, it's not going to be pretty. So of course, if you go by what he has left, the only thing that we need to do is send some cavalry here at the end. And of course, once again, I'm sending 100,000, and that is going to fill rather quickly, because we all know that 1.8, although it's probably soloable because it's really only infantry left in there. Everybody is already here, so I'm a big advocate of, if your whole guild is there with you, even if you can solo it in a couple of hits, just rally it, keep your guild engaged. Everybody wants to have the report that they can share. They want to have a little bit of their kills in there. So just make sure you're doing that. And in between rallies, do not ever forget to heal up. As you see here, I'm getting my own resources. So here we go. We're about to get the very last hit. This guy has taken a beating. Like, he was near 800 million might, and in just 3 rallies, this guy is almost zero. That's how fast 10 million T4 can disappear. So yeah, make sure that you guys stay up on your shield, because I don't care what your troop count is, if you are caught offline in not the best of situations for you, you can go down. So here we go. He started at right 494, and then this is going to take him down to 430. That is a 0 right there. So now he can really be a farmer, because he ain't got no troops. He ain't got no troops to do anything else. So there we go, 1.8 million dead. And once again, like I mentioned before, we got 27,000 dead on our end. And if you split it between everybody else, that basically means that we ain't got no dead. I mean, come on. But 1.8 million, I believe most of his losses there were heroic fighters. Let me take a look. And if you actually look here, I actually lost 0 troops on that one. 0 troops. So heroic fighters, 1.5 million dead. And then of course you got, let's just say 100,000 more heroic cannoneers dead. And then I'm surprised the siege actually didn't live, because usually that's what ends up living. But no, he got completely wiped. As a side note, if everybody is sending T4 to a rally and you're the only one or two people send T3 as quote-unquote meat shield, just know that the T3 are the ones that are going to die first. So if you're the only one that sends T3, you're probably gonna take the most of the hurting on that rally. So there we go. Let me go ahead and just give you another view of all the rallies. As you can tell there, all of his T4 troops that he had at the beginning. Oh my goodness, he had 3 million heroic fighters, 3.5 million cannoneers, and about 2.5 million ancient drake riders, with I believe either 1 or 2 infirmaries. I think it's like 2 infirmaries. Yeah, that freaking hurts. And a big shout out right here to AO11, because he did all of that with the clown title, like I said. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Big shout out to my guild, and appreciate you guys for watching. And until later, bye.